Hey guys, Inder this side from 24/7 everything. Hope you all are doing great. We are again back with another video and this time it's on Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1 related to a new custom ROM that is Stag OS, which is again based on Android 10. So let's begin with that. So on my screen you are able to view that Android security patch level is 5 June 2020 and a part of this kernel version is 4.4.218 Rupee kernel. Build date is of June 9 2020. A part of this is a build number that is Stag underscore X00T, then hyphen user debug and so on. And apart to this, in this particular ROM, the SE Linux status is permissive. So in this particular video, we will be discussing lots of things with respect to each and every functionality available on our phone. So let's begin now. So first we'll focus on the updater, or I would say photo updater. So many users do ask, brother, is there photo updater available? Update via photo is available or not? So in this particular phone, provision for OTA is available, but not sure whether it is working or not, because each and every time whenever I visit this particular section, it always shows me this error, the update check failed, please check your internet connection and so on. Although internet is always working, but it is never showing me the update related status. So after this, let's move to the another section, that is GenPart. So basically this particular section is for the users who love the dedicated options for their GenPart. So the developer has tried its level best to provide this particular option or section in this particular room. So you can play with it and you can provide your valuable feedback on the same in the comment section below. So next part is HONS, that is advanced customization, which we will be covering afterward. Now let's move to the security section. So in this PIN, pattern, password swipe, all are working absolutely fine. Apart to this fingerprint, it is also working fine. I haven't faced even a single glitch in terms of fingerprint scanner. There is a bummer that face unlock is not available in this particular custom ROM. This is really like annoying that now most of the ROMs are equipped with the face unlock, and this particular ROM is having that particular option as an absence, or I would say missing. Now let's focus on the storage section. So usually I never cover this part, but I have to because there is a bug with the storage section. So any external drive, be it your micro SD card, or I haven't tried OTG, but it will surely be providing you as an corrupted sign. So it is showing me at my side the 64 GB memory card is showing as corrupted. So again, not sure why it is not working here, and even if it is not working on your ROM, don't try to format it, because eventually if it was working on another ROM, then it is dedicated issue with this particular ROM. Now let's move to the display section and let's discuss few things. So firstly would be style and wallpaper, that is a minor customization part. So this is a default, and let me try to show you what else it is being selected by default, like red accent color and so on, the default icon shape. And so to cut down the time, I've already created a custom one. So let me select that and apply it. So now this is a font which is being like applied system wide. Apart of these are the hexagon icon shape. I really like this. You can even try whenever you will be like accessing this particular ROM or using this particular ROM. So you can just like create your own by clicking here, and you can choose now most of the users are aware about this, that's why I'm just skipping this part. Apart of this is a clock sign and so on. Let me select this part and apply it, and let me show you by. So this is a analog clock cycle, or I would say clock. And apart of this grid section wallpaper, all are already familiar, so I'm just going to skip it now. Apart of this, there is something in screen, a lock screen display. So like show lockdown option. Apart of this is the main thing, that is always on. So let me try to on it now. It will be always on display, and I'll just going to lock my phone, and now it is showing is like analog clock and time and so on, and date and my battery indicator and so on. So you can turn it on, turn it off, all will working fine. Even the same is provided here as well, that is AOD. So you can play with any of the option and it will work the same. Now let's focus on the very other part, like again a minor theming part. So again a dedicated theming section is available, like device theme, headline font, icon shape. So by default it is selected hexagon. Let me change it to squish circle. So now it has been changed to squish circle. A part of this headline font, let me change to maybe Comic Sans. So it has been changed to that. Let me change theme to maybe lavender. So it has been changed. So not sure how theming is working in the background, but everything is provided and you can try it. You can provide your valuable feedback in the comment section below. So now let's focus on the very major part, that is battery. So in this particular thing, like we will be firstly discussing charging time. So it took nearly about 3 hours and 40 minutes to fully charge my phone from the 0 to 100%. So as per my previous analysis on the different custom ROM, this is the baddest I have seen in terms of battery charging time. So again, if you are considering a battery charging time, then you might discard this. But apart of this, this particular ROM is really nice. Apart of this ideal battery drainage, again it is somewhat bad in this case. So I have faced nearly about 7 to 8% of battery was drained over a span of 8 to 9 hours. So almost 1% of battery was drained in after like every 1 hour and so. Now let's focus on the battery consumption part. So for this we will be considering playing like for the gamers and so on. So I'll be going to discuss the analysis while playing the game for the battery consumption. So let me open the two different or dedicated apps. One would be the PUBG Mobile. So for the battery consumption analysis, I was using these as in graphic setting, that is HD and high frame rate. So I have analyzed the gameplay of 1 hour, and during that particular 1 hour of gameplay, 14 to 15% of battery was consumed. Apart to this, I have also noted down the temperature reading. So before starting the game, the temperature of my phone was 32 degree, and as soon as I completed a 1 hour of gameplay, the temperature of my phone was nearly about 38 degrees. So now let's take a look on the analysis from a Call of Duty Mobile's perspective. So for again, I had played 1 hour of gameplay to analyze everything. So I was using these as in graphic quality, like medium graphic quality and high frame rate. So during 1 hour of gameplay, this was hit in terms of battery, I would say, consumption. So nearly about 19 to 20% of battery was consumed during a 1 hour of gameplay. And a part of this temperature readings was like before playing the game, the temperature of my phone was 33 degree, and as soon as I completed the gameplay of 1 hour, so temperature was nearly about 39 degree. So again, I would say the temperature readings are negligible with respect to the ongoing summer season. If someone is facing, then they can either like choose to remove the covers they have put on their mobile phones while playing the game, or either they can go to the place which is I would say well ventilated, so that airflow should be better and so on. Now let's focus on the connected devices. So in connected devices, we usually analyze two things. One is Bluetooth and another is screencasting. So Bluetooth is working absolutely fine, be it for file transfer or either audio via Bluetooth. Apart to this screencasting, it is also working absolutely fine out of the box. So there is no glitch, no problem with that. Even I've tried that on 2 to 3 different laptops and it was working absolutely fine. Apart to this, now let's focus on the network and internet. So Wi-Fi calling option is available for Jio and Airtel, but in Airtel, sometime like while calling, like the switch between that Wi-Fi calling over Wi-Fi is not working. So not sure whether it is a problem at my end, but again, if you are facing, then you can also provide us your dedicated, like I would say, valuable feedback for the same. Apart to this, native video calling or call recorder, both the options are not available. And apart to this, Wi-Fi connectivity, mobile internet, SMS or calls, all are working absolutely fine without any glitch, not even minor one, and so on. Now let's focus on the advanced customization that we have skipped in the initial time or initial period when we were discussing these things. So for that, we have to move to horns. So you can see there are a bunch of options available like system, status bar, quick setting, buttons, navigation bar, animation, gesture, lock screen, power menu, notification, miscellaneous, about, and so on. But in this particular video, we will be just discussing few of the selected ones. So firstly, let's move to the system. So for the gamers, the gaming mode setting is available here. Firstly, you have to turn down here. Afterward, you will be able to utilize here on the quick settings. And apart of this, even they have provided the screenshot type, whether you want to choose a full screenshot or a selected part and so on. Now let's move to the navigation bar. So in navigation bar, system navigation, so they have provided here like gesture, 2 button, 3 button. Just for the videos like convenience, I'm using 3 button, but you can use 2 button, gesture, whatsoever you are familiar or habitual. Apart of this layout, so basically it is having 4 different options. Normal, so let me do compact. So now you will see the change in the below one. So now it has been compact. Now if I'll do left leaning, now it has been moved to the left part. Now let me do right leaning. Now it has been moved to right part. So let's move to the normal part. Apart to this invert layout, now like recent would be shuffled with the back button, back would be with the recent. So it is the same thing you can view in the bottom section. Apart to this gestures, so again they have provided few gestures like swipe to screenshot. If you have turned it on, then you can use your 3 fingers to get the screenshot and so on. The other option that we need to discuss is power menu. So you can select any option that you want to show. So like I am showing power off, restart, advanced, lockdown. Let me try to on maybe torch. Now it is available here as well. So all in all, everything is working fine with the power menu. Now last topic would be in this particular section would be notification. So everything is working absolutely fine. Few user does ask, brother, is edge lighting or pulse lighting is working? Yes, it is working absolutely fine whenever a new notification is like arriving on your phone. So now let's move to the quick setting part. So all the major, minor, advanced, simple, every setting is available in this quick setting. Although I'm just using my selected parts, so some are also listed below as well. If you want to drag, you can drag it if you want to choose, but I always use the one which are needed. So even in this, like dark theme toggle is working fine. AOD is working absolutely fine. Let me do the dark theme. So dark theme is working absolutely fine. AOD I've already shown you. So this is AOD. Apart to this, they have also provided shortcuts for the Zen part, horns, that is the advanced like I would say customization that we have just seen. Apart to this, they have also provided two different screen recorder, but the second one is working absolutely fine. So you can try this at your side to try whenever you will be screen recording. And last one is this gaming mode. I would say quick setting to turn it on while playing games. If you can even turn it on to for some other graphic centric apps as well. Now, apart to this, let's focus on the device certification, or I would say Play Protect certification. So by default, device is not certified in Google Play Store Play Protection certification. But if you want to certify, then we will be providing you the dedicated video in the description box below, and you can use that and you can certify your device afterward. Now let's focus on the default apps that have been shipped with this particular ROM. So everything has been listed here, but I have tried FM radio is not working on this particular ROM. But again, whenever someone will be using or this particular ROM, then if it is working, then do let us know in the comment section below. That will surely be helpful for the others as well. Apart to this, they have provided one music player related like thing or app like phonograph, and there is one dedicated launcher as well, that is OmniSwitch. Let me tap it here and let me enable. Now you will see something like here. So this is the Omni launcher. Like I'll be skipping here and now it will be listed out things like this, like these are my recent item, and if I want to show apps and so on, those will be listed here and so on. So you can try this Omni launcher at your side. Even this is I think available on Play Store. You can even try this on any other custom ROM or be it stock ROM or with any other phone as well. Now let's focus on a very important thing. So for that I'm going to tap on home settings, then settings, and afterward miscellaneous. So best thing is that app locker is available with this particular ROM. Like out of the box, there is no need to install separate apps. So you can go here, you can use pin or either anything, you can hide it, protect it, and it will work absolutely fine. Now after this, let's move to the status of camera to API. So again, good thing is that status of camera to API is like available out of the box with the level 3 support. Apart to this, status of Wideband certification. So at my side, it is showing me L3, but because it has been persisting since the time I have installed Android Beta 1 version. But if it is at like at your side, if it is showing L1, then it will surely be L1 whenever you'll be flashing this ROM as well. So there is no problem with this ROM in terms of Wideband certification. Apart to this, this is a stock camera which is a very basic version, but we are using Gcam. The URL would be provided to you when we will be discussing installation part. So stay tuned till then. Now let's focus on the I would say benchmark scores. So firstly, let's move to the AnTuTu scores. And before that, let me confirm you one more thing, that the needed firmware or a minimum firmware version for this particular ROM is 063. So even you can view like I'm using that particular 063 version, and I have rooted my phone. It is your wish whether to root or not. So but I have rooted at my side. So there is no mandatory thing that you have to root your phone, but I'm just showing you that I have rooted. So these are the consolidated, like this is the overall score, like nearly about 1,46,000 and so on. And these are the consolidated part on the basis of CPU, GPU, memory, UX, and so on. Apart to this, benchmark scores on the basis of Geekbench. So these are the single core scores. So 278 is a single core score, 1252 is a multi-core score. Apart to this, on the basis of computation using OpenCL API 432, using Vulkan API 268. Now let's focus on the RAM or memory management. So during this particular video creation process, I have opened a lot of apps in the background. So let's try with the PUBG Mobile first. So it is really nice that where I have left over on the graphics setting, it has like loaded from the same part rather than from like any other screen. Now let's focus on the, I would say, Call of Duty to see where. So it is saying connection terminated, please reconnect or quit game. Okay, but although it has started from the same screen where I have, now it has again like connected with the server. That's why you are able to view this. But overall RAM and memory management is working absolutely fine with this particular ROM. There is no glitch with that. Apart to this, let me open few other apps that we were accessing, like camera to APIs open from the same screen where we have left, even benchmark scores, and then afterward maybe firmware version and so on. So all in all, there is no problem with the memory or RAM management. It is working absolutely fine. Now let's focus on the installation part. So for that, I have to open Chrome to discuss few things before we jump into the actual installation part. So for the installation part and downloading process, I've already created a dedicated article on my official blog. The URL for the same will be provided to you in the description below so that you can go over afterwards. So let's discuss it. So firstly, nothing major has been mentioned here. So this is the link for downloading the Stag OS ROM. There is no need to flash GApp separately as it is included in this particular ROM. Apart to this, Magix version 20.4 optional, but if you want to certify your play protected certification, then you have to use this Google camera link that we were discussing while discussing stock camera and Gcam. So here is a link, you can download it from here. Sometimes some users complain, brother, it is not working. Just tap it here and afterward just download the link and it will also work in the same sense. Afterward, prerequisite like or requirement, like first backup your data or either charge your phone's battery to 50% or more, but I will recommend to have at least 80% or more. Again, the same thing, firmware version needed at least 0.63 or above, but I am using 0.63. Apart to this, if you want to have more resources towards the firmware version, then you can refer our YouTube channel. You can find plenty of videos for the Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1 with respect to different versions starting from 059, 60, 61, 63, 82, then 407, 424 and so on. Apart to this, like your phone's bootloader should be unlocked, TWRP custom recovery should be installed. So if you are not aware, then we have already provided you the dedicated video URLs as well. Afterward, finally, the installation of Stag OS ROM on our phone using TWRP recovery. Firstly, format data, then why 4 different partitions like cache, Dalvik, data system. Vendor partition is optional, but you can do it. Finally, install or flash the Stag OS ROM on your phone. Like last but not least is that reboot your phone and complete the phone setup process. Again, a precautionary note you can go over afterward. Last but not least is that finally enjoy the beauty of Android 10 with Stag OS 10.0.3 ROM on your beloved handset, that is Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1. So below our social handles, you can join us here and subscribe to us. Now let's focus on the installation part. So for that, let me jump into the recovery mode. So let me use advanced and then recovery. Now our phone will be booted to the recovery mode and afterward we'll proceed with the installation part and afterward try to complete the phone setup process as soon as possible. So finally we have been booted to the TWRP recovery mode and this is the home screen or a default UI of a TWRP recovery mode. So according to blog, firstly we have to tap wipe, afterward we have to tap format data, just type yes for the confirmation part and afterward press on blue tick and it will do the formatting in the background. Before that, do take a backup. Even I have shared the same while discussing prerequisite. And afterward doing formatting, you have to tap on advanced swipe. According to that, you have to select 4 different partitions: Dalvik, cache, data and system. Vendor partition is optional, but you can do if you want. Swipe to wipe it again, it will hardly take 10 to 15 seconds and it will do its magic at the back. In the back, afterward just move back and back until unless you move to the home screen of TWRP recovery. This time you have to tap on install button and you have to select storage. There are 2 options because you have to move either file in your micro SD card or OTG pen drive, but I'll at my side I'm using micro SD card. Let me select this part and OK. Now let's turn, or I would say traverse to dedicated folder where you have downloaded that particular ROM. So at my side, this I have found this file at this particular root directory, that is stag os x00t and so on. Let me tap on and afterwards swipe to confirm flash. Now it will take nearly about 4 to 5 minutes, so let's wait till the time. So on my screen you are able to view stag and so on, elegance at your fingerprint presented to you by team stag and so on. So let's wait till the time it completes, and afterward we'll proceed with the phone setup process. So finally the ROM installation process has been completed. Now we are left with two options. One is wipe cache Dalvik and reboot system, but I'll always prefer to do wipe cache Dalvik so that any junk file behind this particular installation process will be deleted or cleared. Now we are good to go with the reboot system. So now just wait till the time we will be able to view that particular stag OS logo, and afterward we'll move to the I would say phone setup process. So stay tuned till then. So this is the default animation or a logo from a stag OS ROM or provided by stag OS or stag OS team and so on. Now it will take nearly about 2 to 3 minutes to instantiate, or I would say to invoke or to start the phone setup process. So you have to wait till that particular time. So finally the phone setup process has been started. So you will see this particular error. So there is no worry about this. And I have seen this particular error after, like I have seen this error with every ROM I have tested, which have been built with the its AMAC or AMAC project related ROMs and so on. So this is the second time I'm viewing on any other ROM, that is stag OS ROM. So just tap on OK, and afterward just initiate the phone setup process. So according to Mobile Carrier, it has like detected that it is English India. Now let me tap on start. Let me choose my optimal selections and so on. Just to enter the credentials, let me do it as soon as possible and move to the next part. So finally, after successfully entering the credential, now it is checking for update. So now it has moved to the next section, that is copy apps and data. If you want to copy app data from the Google Cloud, then you can choose next, but for the video's convenience I'm just tap on don't copy. Now again it is doing some background checking info and so on. Okay, so this is a vital part. So whenever you are flashing any custom ROM, you should be remembering about your last set pin or either the last associated Google account. So just for the clarification part, let me enter my last pin that I have entered on my phone. If it will be legit, then it will move me to the next screen. Otherwise it will ask me to enter the Google account. So here it is asking me to set up, because that particular process is completed, but now it is asking me to set up the Google account. But for this part I'm just skipping because all of you know about this process. So now hardly 2 or 3 more parts, and after we'll directly boot into the home screen setup. So fingerprint scanner is already working, so I'm just going to skip that particular part for now because we have already discussed that. So just entering pin and skipping the fingerprint scanning, adding the finishing touch. So finally we have been booted to the home screen of the stag OS ROM. So this is the by default ROM shipped whenever we flash or install it, and this is a bare bone structure which will be shipped whenever you will be flashing ROM. So like Omni switch, phonograph, app and so on. Just for the confirmation part, let me go to the about section again and show you everything that we have discussed earlier. So everything is same, like 5th June 2020 security patch, Drupal kernel, build number and so on. So this was all from my side related to the, I would say, the analysis or I would say review of a stag OS ROM on our beloved handset, that is Zenfone X Max Pro M1. Hope you like this video. If you really like this video, kindly share this with your friends and family, and apart from this, please subscribe to our channel because this will surely motivate us and boost us to create more videos like this in the coming future. Finally, it's the time to sign off now. Bye for now. Thanks.